I think that it's hard for people to understand, but building a kennel is really no different than someone who runs a company. And when you've got a group of talented people who truly are passionate about what they're doing, you're going to have great success.
Good boy, good. All right, here. Atta boy. What a dog, what a dog, good boy. All right, here. All right, let's go, good boy. All right, here.
Anybody that's ever been around Bo, man, he's just one of those guys that's got it. He's doing exactly what he should be doing. He loves it every single day, and that's what it's all about. But it's especially neat for me because I remember when he was cleaning kennels, probably doing young dogs and force fetch work, and I've watched him build that thing from nothing. I mean, literally from nothing. And people don't understand. By the time you end up, buying 30, 40 acres and you build all this tech water on it and all the dirt work that's involved, and $60,000 diesel trucks and $20,000 Rangers and four-wheelers and bumpers, and you got a $50,000 dog trailer on top of that. I mean, you've got to be doing something right.
I found this beautiful, just 20-acre spot, and when I pulled up in there, it had the arena fence in it. I think it actually had goats and horses on it, and even cattle. And so it was on the market for a little while, and man, I drove around, ice storm had hit it, and it sat there for 3 or 4 years, grass grown up, and I couldn't even really tell the boundaries of the property, but I could see a kennel. And there was a nice shop there, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is a dream come true right here. So I had to have it. I could just see it, instantly when I drove down the drive. The kennel had horse stables in it, and that was a story of its own, but I sold the horse stables and poured concrete in there and designed a kennel that's just efficient, easy to work out of. We had everything. We had the force table, we had the ability to close the kennel down, make it fully enclosed, or we can open it up. So I really like that design. As far as building the pond, I have a thing with ponds. I love it. I mean, my wife gives me a hard time all the time about it. I mean, you're going down the road, I'm like, hey, I got to pull over and check this pond out real quick. I mean, she gets sick of that, but it's just I love looking at ponds. I mean, just different designs. And what I try to do with mine, I tried to incorporate everything I could into it. It's 5 acres of water. It's pretty much 3 ponds in one. And I've got tight technical, big open water, and then like medium technical, but there's a lot of, you can spread out, you can do tight, chopped up technical water, corner cuts, over the points, past that point, over that point, you can do all that, but at the same time, we've got the bigger water incorporated in. And we've got all the hunting scenarios covered too. We got pit blind, we got duck blind, dog stands. We like to run out of the boat a little bit, and we also like to do layout blind scenario out there. Okay, Tucker, what we're gonna do now, she's doing really good so far. This dog's gonna get ready to hunt next week sometime, so let's kind of cover another scenario with her. We're gonna have a double mark come out. I want you to shoot the first bird out, and then let's just have at the second bird out, okay?
Okay.
And then my last shell, make sure she's nice and steady. We're gonna make sure she's steady. My last shot is gonna be on the water. Make sure the dog's not gonna break.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're
Sit.
gonna call that shot, okay?
Okay. Sit.
Right there, kill him. Kill him. Kill him right there, kill him. Oh, good shot. Hey, right there.
Jimmy. That dog, Jimmy. Good. Good, Jimmy. Here. Good, Jimmy. Good, Jimmy. Here. Come on, Jimmy. Here. Good. Good. Here. Here. Hold. Sit. Hold. Good. Sit. Mark. Mark. No. Here. 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 Good. Sit. Sit. Mark. Jimmy.
Really to restore the natural hydrology of the property, the water movement, because everything changed when the ship channels were dug in this area. You know, my goal is this place for, you know, my grandkids, great-grandkids to have this place and to enjoy it as much as I enjoy it.
As it breached, now it's flowing up to 10,000 cubic feet per second when the river's up. And here we have people trying to close that. And not very far down the road in the future that we're going to spend another $1 billion opening another one. So what sense does that make to close that one?
There's been that much change in the ecosystem here that we can look back 5 years and we know that the marsh is so much different now than it was then. Our good old days aren't 30 or 40 years long anymore. They're changing every season. Every season, the good old days were a year ago. And if something isn't done, it won't be long before the good old days are gone.
Good dog, yeah, good boy. Oh, that's my boy. Yeah, that's my dog. Good boy, yeah.
Molly is very passionate about her job. And I had a feeling about Molly, you know, whenever we met, pretty much she was a dog climber. You know, they came out, they would do their monthly visits and watch the dog run, and we would visit for a little bit and they would leave. As time went on, we got to know each other, we kind of got to be friends, and I just had a feeling, you know. I mean, in September, one of my helpers, he moved on to another job, you know, just moving on, and as you know, that's a pretty busy time of the year. You know, you got September, October, November coming up. I mean, you're training D-Day, you know. I mean, we're trying to get ready for duck season here, busy time of the year. And she just graduated college. I didn't have a helper, so I was just like, hey, why don't you come out here and just help get me to duck season?
My dad wasn't a really big hunter growing up, so that wasn't really something that I did. But once I met my current boyfriend, he was a duck hunter, and he said, hey, would you be interested in going duck hunting with me? And I said, absolutely. It's always been something that I've been interested in doing, so to get into that part of the world that I had never been exposed to, it was great fun. He had a lab that he wanted to get trained, and he looked all over and he decided to go with Bo for the training, and that's how I met Bo. Good boy, come on, come on! I was in between finishing up my master's degree. I went and got my bachelor's degree at Oklahoma Baptist University, and Bo said, hey, would you know, have you ever thought about training dogs? Is that something that you would like? Is that something you'd be interested in? And I said, absolutely. That's something that I've always thought would be the coolest thing ever, because you get to be outside all the time. That's always been my passion, is the outdoors, and I wanted to be outside for my job. And I've always loved dogs. You know, it's hard not to love a dog. But he gave me that opportunity to come and work out here just as a bird boy, throw birds, rinse kennels, do all that basic intro work, you know, that everybody has to go through. After a while, I had the opportunity to start doing some obedience dogs. And I started doing that, started learning how to teach a dog how to sit, because I had no idea even how to teach a dog how to sit, much less how to fetch, how to hold, how to, you know, be steady on a mark. So I just kind of started learning those things a little bit at a time. And it was 3 years in September that I started working out here. And Ranger was kind of my guinea pig dog, I guess you'd say. He was the first dog that I taught obedience to. He was my first dog to force fetch. He was my first dog to do gun dog work with. He was my first Lantee dog. And he was kind of the one that we've been going through this process together. I gave it a try. I said, hey, if it doesn't work out, I can always go do, you know, something else with my degree. And it's working. Good boy. All right, good dog. Yeah, good boy. Oh, there, my boy. All right, yeah, it's a good dog. Good boy. Yeah.
Tucker also, him and his dad, John Ward, they started out as clients. You know, John called me one day a few years back, and Tucker was actually still in high school, and we trained a chocolate female named Coco for him.
It was my senior year of high school. I got a chocolate lab, and I told Dad I'd always wanted a lab. I'd always wanted a hunting dog. So when I got it, I was like, Dad, I want to send this dog to school and get it trained and have a dog that we can duck hunt with. He said, all right. So he talked to a guy that we go to the duck count with, and the guy had a real good dog. He said, Bo Brewer's a great dog trainer, you know, loves his dogs, treats them right. And Dad was like, well, that's the guy we want to go to.
They'd come out and they would do their monthly visits, and we got to know each other, and just got a phone call from Tucker one day telling me he's going to move up there, and he said he'd be interested in coming and working.
I told Bo I was coming to school up here, and he said, well, when you get up here, holler at me, and I may have some part-time work for you. I said, okay, I'd enjoy that, because I love the outdoors, love being out here, love working with dogs. It's just an awesome experience. So when I got here, I called him. I was like, hey, do you still need some part-time work? He said, yeah, I'd love for you to come out here and just mess around with dogs for a little bit and just see if you like it. And I came out here and fell in love with it, and I've just been out here ever since.
It was a great move, I think, for both of us, because he seems to really enjoy it out there, and just a great kid, just hard worker.
As soon as I got into duck hunting, my dad probably took me when I was 3 or 4. I don't know if you know where Kelso is. It's a small town down south, and he took me down there, and we just kind of walked around the woods and hunted, and I didn't care if we killed anything. I just enjoyed being down there, and I just loved getting out in the woods and just exploring, and I just grew a passion for that, and Dad's just always taking me every time he goes hunting, and then I just got to watching dogs work after a little while out there hunting, and I've got to where I love watching my dog hunt so much and just do the right things that I don't even care if we kill anything hardly anymore.
Sit, sit.
When you've got, you know, a group of talented people who truly are passionate about what they're doing, you're going to have great success, and I think that's kind of what's happening. I mean, when you look at Tucker, and you know, he's young and excited and loves to come to work, and he grew up in a scenario where everything in the whole world was about ducks and dogs, with his, you know, family being owners of War Eagle. And then you've got a deal where Molly comes in, who, you know, never has trained dogs, but she's grown up in an area that you know, there are a lot of dogs, and where hunting's prevalent, and she's got a knack. She's natural. I mean, she's got an ability that makes her special.
I'd probably have to say the worst times around here is when it's 20-something degrees and you got to wash the kennels and get the poop out and all that. That's not the most fun part I've ever had out here. But I'd probably say the funnest part is just getting to work dogs out there in the pasture and just watching them hit marks that are 300 yards away. It's just really cool to watch.
I'm standing in J.D. Blondin's horse pasture outside Arcadia, Louisiana, watching the most important retriever event in America's retriever history. and I need a new vocabulary to talk about it. The article that Bill Tarrant wrote of Field and Stream about the first hunt test.
It's always funny to me the way people think about dog trainers, you know, and the fact that hey, these guys are just having fun. No, they are just having fun, but on the other hand, I mean, they've got the responsibility is incredibly immense. I mean, when you think about, they've got 25 to 50 family members that live with them that are under their care, and there's not very many people that I would give my dog or my child or anybody else for that matter that I cared for, just go live with them.
You have to really change your personality as a handler when you're working a whole kennel full of dogs. I mean, one dog you might have to be a drill sergeant, one dog you might have to be more like a cheerleader, and the next dog you just might have to be a mind reader. I mean, heck, who knows? I mean, you just got to try different things. You got to come up with drills. You got to be a drill creator. If you go back to the classroom mentality, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, you've got other people's kids in your care, pretty much, especially in this day and age. I mean, these are family members. These just aren't dogs that stay in a pen and we get them out and take them hunting. You know, I mean, these dogs go to ball games. They go to family functions, backyard barbecues. And that's what we want. I mean, once a dog completes our training program, we want a dog that can handle all those different settings and scenarios. But yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's high stakes. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility, a lot to stay on top of, to the smallest degree. I mean, if there's a vet concern that pops up, I mean, you need to be on that phone right away, talking to the owner about it, and trying to come up with a solution to it. What a lot of people don't think of is the vet trips, something's gonna go wrong. You know, I mean, it's just like anything else in life. What we do for a living is we take care of something and work with something that's living and breathing every day. It's not just an object like a tractor or a truck or something like that. This is another living thing.
Waterfowling has a past. When hunting was more art than science. When craftsmanship was held in the highest regard, and mastery was earned through creative skill and experience. Avery Heritage Clothing and Accessories honor those traditions with classic, proven designs that continue to stand the test of time. Avery Heritage, a new brand embracing all that waterfowling has been and will be.
I'm Jason Morgan. I'm retired Staff Sergeant for the United States Air Force, and this is my service dog from Canine Companions, Rue. The great thing I really love about Canine Companions is they match their dog with a personality. So if you're more high energy and really do a lot of things, you get more of a high energy dog. If you're real laid back, you get more of a laid back dog. And so you go over there for 2 weeks, you live in their dorms, stay in their facilities, and you work with 3 or 4 dogs, and they actually pick the dog that works best for you. So it's a great process, and you know, they're just so good at picking out the perfect dog for you. Seems like almost every guy that I talk to, they say that they lost their purpose in life. They don't feel like anything they do is significant anymore, and I want to prove that that's wrong. You know, I go to hospitals and stuff and visit patients because there's just a magic that my dog Nepal can put on people's faces. I got ambushed and our vehicle went off a cliff, and because I was already halfway out of the vehicle, kind of protecting us from the rear where they're coming up, I immediately flipped out and the vehicle rolled over the top of me and crushed my back. And I had a lot of internal injuries, significant injuries and stuff, but that was the one that was permanent. You know, the dog opens up doors for me, but literally and physically, the dog opened up more doors than I could have imagined. It completely changed my life. In Special Forces, they don't teach you very much humility. You know, you're supposedly the best of the best and everything. So when you go from that to being in a wheelchair, completely depending on other things, it's really, really tough. And you get used to asking people to help you, but you don't like it. You know, and it's so much easier for a dog to do it. Most guys will, like me, saying, oh, I'm too independent, I don't need a dog, I don't want to take a dog away from someone else. But, you know, they have dogs for everyone. And this is one of the biggest things that they could do for themselves is to get a service dog. They just help so much. They give you, you know, confidence when you're out. They give you independence, and they just give you a lot of love. So I'll never be without a service dog now. Right, Rue?
Whenever the owners come out, I try to tell them exactly, before that next month starts, I tell them where I want them to be whenever they show up to that next visit. And we try to stay on that timeline. But we want every visit to be a quality visit. And when people come out, it's not just a high and by type thing, you know. We want them to come out and visit their dog and run their dog and actually get to learn the process and get to see with their own two eyes. Him. You know, the great thing about this job is the friends that you make through the whole deal. I mean, I look back and I think about all the people that I've met and all the people that I'm gonna meet, you know, in the future, hopefully. And it's like a big family. Not every case, but most of the time you make good friends and great contacts, and it's people you want to hang out with, and every minute you can, you want to hang out with them, and their dog, you know. I mean, you don't know how many times I've trained these dogs, and I sit there and I look at that guy's dog, and I'm like, oh God, why can't I own a dog like this? You know, I've been trying to get a dog like this for 10 years, and this guy just drives it down my driveway and drops this thing off and probably doesn't even know what he has.
I think Bo's gonna, if he's not already, he'll be one of the best around, and easily one of the best in Arkansas for years and years and years